signs for working drivers. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving teacher. I teach teens and adults. Many times students show a sign of becoming frustrated when you're learning how to drive. You become agitated because you can't really hit that hand over hand turn. You become overly stimulated when you make a left turn in the wrong lane. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of the things you need to do as a young driver. I need to do as an instructor to help you. Hello, how are you? To help you become successful. There are a lot of triggers. There are a lot of triggers that engage people and make them very frustrated. Today, we're going to talk about some of those things. Provide a cure for the problem. Whenever I come on and talk about driver's education, I talk about a cure for the problem. I just don't say, here's the problem. I show you how to solve it, I show you how to identify it, and I show you some of the triggers. You want to help students understand the goal is to be safe on the road. Safety is no accident. You want to teach your students to be relaxed. Yesterday, I talked about wearing thin sole comfortable shoes. You also want to have the car kind of cool, not too warm, not too cold. A little fresh air in the car is always good. You want to have the music in the background so it's not totally stimulating your brain and you lose focus. Some of those relaxation techniques are always good. There's some other things that I want to talk about and address to help you. Watch your own behavior. We, as humans, humans, are responsible for our own behavior. I need you to be responsible for your behavior. We should speak softly. I know you're frustrated. I know you want to learn how to drive. I'm frustrated. I want to teach you how to drive. Sometimes we need to take a step, S-T-E-P, back, B-A-C-K. And when you take a step back, you're able to kind of analyze the situation and identify what you need to do to really elevate and grow. That is extremely important that you learn to elevate and grow. Next, you want to watch your body language. If I'm really tight, clasping my hands, you're really stiff on the steering wheel, that sends a non-verbal message. I tend to watch how my students hold the wheel. Are they looking as they cross intersections? You want to offer students choices. I pick what student goes first. Typically, I look for the student who's confident, but if I see some non-confident behavior, not making good eye contact with me, looking down or running straight to the car, sometimes I put that student in first because I want to get a good foundation. You know I teach in class, so whatever I cover in the class is what we cover in the car. If I talk about steering, having your hands at 9 and 3 and 10 and 2, then we're going to work on steering. We're going to do figure eights around the light poles. 5 going to the right, 5 going to the left. And then I ask my students questions. Tell me what you understand. What do you need to work on? How can I help you? How can I support you? I always try to think in terms of positive references. I never want to be negative, even if the student is literally about to crash. C-R-A-S-H. I always try to find the good in students. As an instructor, you should never give up. I don't want you to give up on yourself. I'm not going to give up on you, and that's one reason why you need to subscribe, because I'm going to support you. Next, try to diffuse potential situations and provide support. I'm really big on support. If you've taken the time to listen to this and you've taken the time to grow, then you also should be subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to get all the announcements. Consistently, I try to show up at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to go over some of the driving elements. You're going to get good information. Communicate in a manner that is private. I never want to out or embarrass the student in front of the class. So I might pull you outside in the hallway. I might send you a text. I want to show you that I respect you, because when you're learning how to drive, you're relying on an adult who is a trained professional who understands how to diffuse situations with parents, caregivers, and even siblings. I want to be proactive. Situational avoidance. Identify emotional provocative situations. Sometimes I could have a boyfriend and girlfriend in the car. I could have two cousins. I could have sisters. I could have family members. And what I find is always that sibling rivalry that I have to deal with as an instructor. Sometimes students try to one up. I'm better than you in turns. I made better lane changes. This is not a game. I'm trying to teach our young drivers solid fundamentals to become safe drivers, to be able to merge on the expressway, to be able to make left-hand turns, to be able to reverse parallel park, to be able to go into a roundabout and go out of the roundabout. This is a very serious learning situation, and we can live or die by my mistake or my students' lack of focus. Speaking of focus, let's talk about that next. Many people believe that students with ADHD or oppositional defiant behavior sometimes look at themselves and give up. I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to give up on you. GIVEUPONYOU. I will not give up on you. No matter what is going on, I want to maintain high expectations. I want to maintain high expectations for myself. I'm going to try my best to come on every day at 12 o'clock. I'm going to try to give you a real life perspective. You're following me today. You're watching today because I'm giving you real life elements to help you become a good driver. And it takes work. Don't listen to your peers. Don't listen to your colleagues. Listen to someone who is living that professional life. I talk about what I know, driver's education. I talk about teaching teens. I talk about teaching adults. I am going online. And when you go online, you're better able to serve millions of people. And I am a servant of God, and I want to help you. I'm not going to make assumptions because someone is of a different race or different color than I am, or different socioeconomic background. We're all the same. We're all human beings. We all need to rise to learn how to drive. Wealth doesn't give you anything. Knowledge doesn't give you anything. Work ethic, development of skill sets. Again, don't give up on students. I never give up on students. Choose to make adaptations. I make adaptations. If you can't make a right turn, we'll start making lefts. If you can't make left turns, we'll start making rights. If you can't parallel park, we'll start stall. S-T-A-L-L. We'll start stall parking. Good driving instructors are innovative. They don't do the same thing twice. I always try to grow and elevate. Thank you, Deion Sanders. Don't focus on an undue amount of your attention on the student's misbehavior. We all make mistakes. We all misbehave. We all act out of pocket, literally. So we have to calm down. I think what makes me unique and why you're choosing to listen to me, because I come from a real life perspective. I'm from the city. I understand how people interact. I understand through years of training and good involvement with good driving companies that you want an instructor who's going to be real with you. You want someone who's going to have a sense of humor. You're developing the young generation, and I understand that. Don't be afraid to make various accommodations. If students can't read, I'll have parents come in and read the test to them. I'm in my legal realm to do that. Positive characteristics of children with ADHD. They're very persistent. I'm very persistent. I'm definitely very warm-hearted. I care, I smile. You can see the look in my eye. You can tell by my voice. I want you to be successful. It takes work. It takes organization. It takes time. It takes a commitment to get the paperwork to the main office to get those young people out there to drive. I'm empathetic. Everyone has a different situation. Maybe you had a death in the family. Maybe you are separated from your parents and you can't make it to the test site. I've picked up students before and driven them to the test because I understand once you get your permit, once you get your license, a lot of positive things will happen, such as getting a job. Opportunities will come. Maybe you live in a suburban area and a job is in downtown. So you have to be ready for those opportunities. Opportunities don't wait. They happen, you're available, you get it, and then you go. Next, I'm full of ideas. Thank you. I'm full of ideas. I always think of others before I think of myself. And when you teach driver's education, or you're in the educational field or science field, what is the big picture? That's to teach the next generation how to drive. That's to build confidence. That's to build trust, not fear, not attacking someone, but trust. T-R-U-S-T-E, trust. Next, I'm a negotiator. I'm very willing to negotiate to get the job done. Good instructors are very open. They're willing to work. You can't be stuck in your ways and say, it's going to be my way or that's it. Those days are gone. Those types of coaches are gone. I'm very resourceful. I look at a wide variety of resources: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord. I'm on a lot of social media platforms because I want to get the message out. And oh, by the way, I have a podcast called Driving with Myles, M-Y-L-E-S. It's on Spotify. Again, Driving with Myles, M-Y-L-E-S. It's on Spotify. I want you to follow and then give me feedback. I'm sensitive to others' needs. I know you're scared when you first get out of the car with your caregiver. I know this is a new experience. So I'm going to smile. I'm going to encourage you to get into the car. I'm going to show you how to adjust the seat. I'm going to show you how to adjust your mirrors. We're going to get that seatbelt on. I'm going to show you how to pivot your foot, your right foot only, between the gas and brake. You want to use the ball of your foot. You do not want to use the tip, or your foot will slip off the gas or slip off the brake. I'm going to show you how to adjust your mirrors. I'm not going to overthink driving. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to encourage you to do what you need to do. And we're going to build confidence from the moment you put the key in the ignition or you push the start. You are growing up right in front of me. And I get a chance to see young adults grow up. A lot of other professions can't say that. Teachers are some of the most important individuals to walk this earth. E-A-R-T-H. It's so true. I want people to be pleased. I'm a people pleaser, but I'm not going to lose sight of my mental health. That is so important. So you have to protect your mental health, because with driver's education, you can give so much, you won't have anything left for yourself. So I have to protect my mental health. I have a desire to be right and to be honest. You got to be consistent. You have to be honest with yourself, with the parents, and you cannot lie. I'm funny. I got a good sense of humor, and I think that's really important that I maintain that through my journey of encouraging you to subscribe, encouraging you to follow, encouraging you to become a channel member. If you see the value, you will subscribe. If you see the value, you'll become a channel member. If you see the value, you will listen to the podcast. Otherwise, you'll just listen sporadically, and it's not consistent growth. Reactive strategies, attention deployment. Distract your attention by looking away from provocative stimulation. A lot of people are drawn into mistakes or turmoil or failure. You have to be one to look ahead. You have to be one to see the good in all people and in all things. Focus on some informational cool features of stimulation that are less strange. Visualize and describing a relaxation, calming situation. I always tell students we're on a nice, chilled road. It's a very smooth road. I want you to become one, O-N-E, with the car. and I'm trying to get you to relax. Driving can be very peaceful, and I need you to understand once you get locked in, LOCKIN, once you get locked in, you're going to be so much more successful. You're going to be so much more comfortable. And experienced instructors do that. We're always looking to grow. We're always ready for feedback, whether that's from the company, whether that's from parents, whether that's from my students. I always want feedback because I want to be my best authentic self. Counting objects in the room, count streetlights, driving around light posts, doing figure eights, turning hand over hand in, turning hand over hand out, looking for consistency. We're going to make 12 right turns, RIGHT, turns, TURNS. We're going to make 12 left turns, LEF, turns, TURNS. Teaching fundamentals consistently. That's extremely important. The do's and don'ts for instructors. Keep your sense of humor. No matter what goes on, I will have a sense of humor. Learn to accept their disorders and watch for funny, ironic things that happen when you're around them. We all have funny, ironic things. I'm like your driver said, Uncle, I have thick eyebrows. I have a nice smile. I have a good sense of humor. You have to have a good sense of humor. Just how bad the situation was, you always have to keep safety in the back of your mind when you're driving beginning drivers. You always need to explain the situation to your students because they don't understand. No matter how good they appear to be driving, they still don't understand. Keep all comments short and direct. You did a nice job. Good turn. I need you to get over one lane. I try to be direct, right to the point, just like I'm direct with you. I need you to subscribe if you haven't. I need you to become a channel member, and I need you to follow me on Spotify, Driving with Myles. I want to say thank you. I will talk to you guys soon. I want you to have a blessed day. Bye.